Hey kids, it's Miss Mary. How are you? We're going to be talking about a man named Daniel tonight, and it is found in the book of Daniel, which is in the Old Testament. It's Daniel chapter 6, and we're going to be talking more about powers that God has. We've been talking about miracles, things that God can do. Well, God has a lot of power. He can do anything. And so in our story tonight, we're going to find out about something else that God can do. And let's read our story and see what happens to Daniel. Our book today we're reading is called Daniel and the Lions. And it's written by Catherine Sully and illustrated by Simona Sanfilippo. Daniel was an important man. He was one of the 3 ministers chosen by the king to help him rule the land. Daniel worked hard. He soon became the king's favorite. One day, the king decided to put Daniel in charge of everyone. The other 2 ministers were angry. Why should Daniel be more important than us? They grumbled. He's not even from this land, whispered one. And he only praises his own God, whispered the other. Together, they came up with a plan to get rid of Daniel. The 2 ministers went to the king. "Oh, king, you are so great," they cried. "Make a law saying that everyone should praise only you for 30 days. The king liked to be praised, so he listened to them. "Whoever breaks the law must then be thrown into the lion's den," they said. The king agreed to make it the law. For 30 days, everyone praised the king. But Daniel went home, knelt at the window, and praised God, just as he always did. The 2 ministers were spying on Daniel. When they saw him praising God, they went straight to the king. "Oh, king, you are so great," they cried. "Daniel praised his God. He has broken the law." When the king heard this, he was very sad. "Whoever breaks the law must then be thrown into the lion's den," they said. "The law is the law," sighed the king. Daniel was taken to the deep, dark den. Inside, the lions prowled and growled. Daniel was lowered down into the den. Grrr! The lions sniffed and snarled. The king looked down into the den. "I hope your God takes care of you, Daniel," he called sadly. A big rock was rolled over the den so that there was no escape. Daniel sat in the gloomy den. The lions circled around him. Then an angel appeared, and the lions settled down. The king went back to his palace. He couldn't eat. He couldn't work. He couldn't sleep. All night long, he tossed and turned in his bed. The next morning, as soon as the sun came up, the king hurried to the lion's den. He gave orders to roll back the stone. "Daniel," he called, "has God saved you from the lions?" "Oh, king, you are great," called Daniel. God sent an angel to tame the lions. I'm safe. The king was so happy as Daniel was lifted from the den. There wasn't a mark on him. The king made a new law. From that time on, everyone in the land would worship God. God's law is the law, he said. Hey kids, how did you like that story? That was pretty cool, wasn't it? It's pretty amazing what God can do. He can do anything, including he can send angels down to help protect people. And that's what he did for Daniel when Daniel was thrown in that lion's den for worshiping God instead of worshiping the king. And that's why he got thrown in there, because he didn't listen to the king. But he listened to God, and that's why God saved him. So what we take away from that story is we need to always listen to what God tells us to do and not what people tell us to do. So I hope you have a great week, and hopefully soon we'll be in class together. So I'll see you later. I miss you. I love you. I'll see you later. Bye.